Some of the best athletes in the country came to the Adirondacks this past week to take part in one of the toughest of competitions, the Ironman Triathlon. It is a grueling test of strength, endurance, and courage, and not an event where you would expect to find a heart transplant recipient among the competitors. But as our Jack LeDuc found out, Derek Fitzgerald is no ordinary athlete.
The clock starts ticking away the minute nearly 3,000 Ironman competitors hit the water a little after 6 a.m. For some, it will be midnight before their day is over. But for the first heart transplant recipient in the country to compete here, it will be a 16-hour day that ran the emotional ladder from doubts to elation. Derek Fitzgerald was that recipient with this remarkable story.
I wasn't feeling well, and doctors found a grapefruit-sized tumor in my stomach. And they took it out, and they said, Derek, you've got non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And so I went through chemotherapy for 5 months, and the chemotherapy saved my life, but it destroyed my heart. So for 7 years, I lived with heart failure, consistently getting weaker over those 7 years, until 2.5 years ago, I received a heart transplant. It's a gift that I've been given to be here, to be alive, and to be able to go out and run and bike and swim. It's just something that I never thought I'd be able to do.
To compete in this grueling Ironman race, competitors have to be in top shape. But to do so with a heart transplant puts a whole new stress on it. Fitzgerald owns a computer software business and began getting his body in shape after the transplant and began eyeing Ironman competition.
My doctors appreciate the fact that I'm healthy, I'm active, I'm leading a lifestyle that is beneficial to this heart that I'm trying so hard to take care of. I've always told my family and my friends who have asked the same question, my heart is the most monitored heart on this course, I promise you. I was just at the transplant center just last week, and everything was checked out, everything's good to go.
During his first Ironman race in Lake Placid, he looked at his watch a lot, calculating his distance and time.
I kept trying to figure out, well, could I make it? Could I do it? Is it still possible? And there were a few times when I thought that, you know what, this will be a great attempt, but it's not going to be my day. But I never stopped pushing forward.
He said that his friends, doctors, and the thought of seeing his pregnant wife at the finish line brought him closer to completing the race.
Every day I think about the recovery, and then before the recovery, I think about laying on the operating room table as they're lining me up with all the IVs and all those good things. It's something that when I close my eyes, it's there immediately. And I just feel grateful to be here. I feel grateful to be able to live another day, and I've dedicated this event to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The research that they're doing has kept me alive for that first stage of my journey. Secondly is the American Heart Association. And finally, Donate Life.
Some people have wondered if the grueling Ironman race was just too much for the 40-year-old cancer and heart transplant survivor. But Fitzgerald said it's probably not, because in November he's headed for Arizona, where he'll compete in another one. For Mountain Lake Journal, I'm Jack LeDuc in Lake Placid.